Mahakala, meaning Great Black One, has many different forms. He's a very large category of deity within Tantric, within Vajrayana Buddhism. And therefore, in Himalayan art, he's a very common figure to find in temples and with scrollwork, murals, and sculpture. Now, there are some broad categories of Mahakala. There's Panjarnata, Chaturbhuja, Chaturmukha, Shadbhuja, Bhagavan, and Raudrantaka. Some of these we've already talked about. Now, one class is the Bhagavan. Bhagavan, in Tibetan, it's Legden, the Legden class of Mahakala. And I've not really seen a lot of consistency with it. It seems to incorporate both Sarma and Nyingma forms of the deity. And it's possible also that the Raudrantaka is a subclass also of Bhagavan. But there's a lot of Raudrantaka, so it can be pulled out a little bit and made its own class. There's not a lot of rules here. So the Legden class can be called a Bhagavan or Bhagavat class in Sanskrit. And it has a lot of different types of deities, and a lot of them are well known. It has the Bernakchen Mahakala. That's very common in Karmakagyu paintings. And this comes out of the Nyingma. It has other forms such as the Danda Mahakala. Danda Mahakala is most likely just a variety, a small variety of the Legden Bhagavat class. And this has often been translated in the Sanskrit by Western scholars as a Danda Mahakala. So Mahakala of the staff. Now, a lot of these Legden Mahakalas have a staff, and the most famous of these is the Maning Mahakala out of the Nyingma tradition, who holds upright a staff. It's leaning against it. The bottom of the staff is against the ground, and the top is above his head. Then we have We have various revealed treasure traditions of the Bhagavat class as well. So, how do we even begin to describe it? I would say probably the earliest that are described this way are the Gompo Chesom, the three Lord brothers, the three Mahakala brothers. Just a group of three Mahakalas. Came into Tibet roughly in the 11th century. Then we have the three Lord brothers who are also associated with the Siddhatapatra, the deity, the umbrella, white umbrella holding deity. She has three retinue figures who are all three Mahakalas, and this is very common to see at the bottom of her paintings. The Bernakchen we've mentioned. Now there's different kinds of what we can call Danda Mahakala, because we do have this Tibetan term beng gompo. So beng mean holding a staff. And we have different types. We have Nyingma, we have Sarma, we have some coming through the Shalu tradition. Then we have coming out of the Kadampa, coming from Jo Atisha, we have the Kartridara Mahakala, the Mahakala that holds a curved knife upraised, one face, two-armed, and this is kind of a principal Mahakala of the Kadam tradition, mentioned in the Nartang Gyatsa and other places. The Maning Mahakala, there's many different types of Maning, and it depends on the revealed treasure tradition. Then we have the Raudrantaka, which we talked about, which has many different forms. But then we have the Vyagra Vahana Mahakala. This is Vyagra here means tiger, Vahana means the mount or riding a tiger. So the tiger riding Mahakala, and the tiger riding Mahakala is also coming from the Nyingma tradition. Then we have, in art, more common than some others, we have the Mahakala of the Yutok Nyintik. Yutok Nyintik is coming out of Yutok Yunten Gompo. Some people say the second, some people say the first. And it's a Terma tradition, and it's it goes along with the Gyushi, the four medical tantras. But we do have a Mahakala, one face, two armed, riding a horse, and then he has a retinue of deities around. So we have a number of these figures that fit into this kind of a catch-all category of Legden or Bhagavat in Sanskrit. They're not really systematized. We really see them under this category, or I first saw them under this category as written out by Jonang Taranata from early 17th century text. So that's Bhagavat class.